Hi, my name is Therése. Gedda. I'm a keynote speaker traveling the world talking about business culture and mindset. I'm also the founder and CEO of 30-Minute MBA. We reimagine the workplace for actionable learning and cultural design. And today we're going to talk about what you can achieve with performance and achievement coaching. And we're going to do this in a different format. It's going to be Q&A. I started to work as a performance and achievement coach over 15 years ago. And I've had the great opportunity of working with a lot of high achievers, a lot of amazing people, executive founders and so on, globally actually, for about 15 years. And seeing them grow and seeing what's possible if you just have the right guidance, the values and the determination to achieve greatness. So this is a Q&A, so we're going to bring up a couple of questions that were usually asked and answer them for you. So achievement and performance coaching, or you can throw in mentoring and advising too, if you will. It's just different vehicles basically. That's great for people that are looking to thrive. They're looking to grow. They're looking to take their career or their lifestyle or something to the next level. It can also be great for people that are in a crossroad. They're looking to, should I do X, Y, or Z? And sort of don't really know where to go next. Because of course, when we're in the middle of that, when we're in the middle of the storm, it's really hard to see clearly on which roads are ahead of us. And it can be really valuable to have a professional holding your hand through this and guiding you through whatever is facing you. So it's both for people that are high achievers, that are passionate about achieving greatness and personal and professional growth, but also people in a position that are facing a crossroad or have multiple opportunities on their table and not really sure where to go next. So performance and achievement coaching can be used in a lot of different ways. It usually comes down to the client, what the client is trying to achieve or are working towards achieving. So if the individual has specific goals he or she wants to achieve, bringing those to the table and working on different action plans on how to make that happen, look at different scenarios, looking at how to make this in a more maybe creative way. Maybe there's different ways than the initial plans that you laid out. Looking behind, why do you want to achieve this? These are just some of the things that you can cover. But of course, it's limitless. And that's one of the things I love with it. Working with transformative change really can help people to go to that next level, to realize that something is possible and that they are able to do something that they might not know beforehand. But even if you are a high achiever and already know what you're capable of, having the guidance sometimes and maybe even the accountability, if you are trying to work really hard towards something, but you feel that you need that extra push once in a while, or maybe you even need that time to reflect, to hear yourself think, a little bit of peace or quiet with a professional that shares you on and that gives you the platform to really reflect over some of those important questions in life. Where are you going? Where do you want to go? What's important to you and why? Are you living your dreams, or what is standing in your way right now? All of that is things that you can cover in achievement and performance coaching. So of course the possibilities are endless, as you might already have figured out. But it comes down to, again, what do you want to achieve? And coming closer to your authentic self, living in line with your values and really thriving as an individual. But again, sometimes it can be a little bit hard to start with lifestyle design, It's hard to know where to start. It's hard to know even what it is, maybe. And working with lifestyle design is an important factor for us to really set ourselves up to succeed and enjoy the journey, regardless if we are an entrepreneur, if we're an executive, if we're an artist, or if we are in academia. So it's not either limitless or a limit to specific profession or industry. It's for individuals that is really looking to grow and that are curious about deepening their connection with themselves and also move outside their comfort zone, to challenge themselves to be even greater than they are today? So that's a great question, and this again comes down to why you are seeking this out in the first place. Usually people have an idea of what they want to achieve. They have some kind of goal. So coming with a goal or coming with an agenda, certain points that you want to cover, is a great way of setting yourself up for a very productive meeting. Make sure not to come and just have a conversation about, your day, unless you really need to talk about that because something specifically happened. But don't come and have a lot of chit chat. This is conversations to have this deep talks, to cover the things that you are afraid of, to cover the things that you dream of, to see if there are certain things that is standing in your way to achieve whatever you're going towards. To look at patterns and behavior to make you come closer to who you are. That's the kind of conversations that are great to come with. So for instance, if you want to work more with lifestyle design, coming with questions that supports that is really helpful. An experienced achievement and performance coach usually can help you, guide you in here, so you don't need to have the entire meeting figured out. But having certain things you want to cover is really helpful for both of you. And you can also make sure that you get to ask all of those things, or even not ask, just talk about some of those things that are on your mind that you're dying to communicate or just get some input on. So, depending on who you work with, there will be different experiences. I personally believe a lot in doing. To have conversations, but supporting my clients in going out there and going after what they really want. And sometimes that means that there is homework in a lack of a better word, or things that you're encouraged to do outside the session. But this is, of course, comes down again to what we are working on. And it comes down to the techniques that are used. But it's a combination of considering things, thinking about things, voicing things, and deepening in connection with ourselves in combination of doing things. Being active and actually see progress over time. And this is, of course, an important aspect to remember, because it's not just about talking about it. The most rewarding things that we see, of course, is people that are doing something that they dream about. So it's definitely a piece of both thinking and doing, at least when you work with me. So that's a great question. So I started my first business when I was 17 within management consulting. And I was 21 when I started to guest lecture at Stockholm School of Economics and the Royal Institute of Technology. And I was still a student at the time. And I was 23 when I became a jury member for Sweden's largest business plan competition, 26 when I graduated from Stockholm School of Economics and I did some research on the entrepreneurial mindset there. Along that time, I worked with a lot of clients on transformative change, as well as achievement and performance coaching, both with entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs in accelerators and incubators, as well as executives and CEOs. What all of these people have in common is that they are high achievers, that they are all trying to do something great. It's very different backgrounds, very different experiences, and very different ages, but that's something they definitely have in common. For the last few years, we have been awarded, the company that I'm a founder and CEO of 30 Minute MBA, we've been awarded Sweden's largest prize for innovators called Skapa in memory of Alfred Nobel. And 1 year ago, 2 years ago, recently, I was listed on Nordic 100, considered as one of the most influential people in the Nordics in the tech and startup community. That's just some things. But more importantly than my background, I think, is to consider what you want to achieve. And it's really important that you seek out someone that you believe can help you to thrive and be the best version of yourself. So that might be me, it might be someone else. The most important aspect here is to ensure that you put yourself in a position so you can really take whatever you want to the next level, to achieve greatness. So I've also worked as a founder for years, and I've seen so many people in my role as a keynote speaker basically getting that aha moment, realizing something that is possible, and then going out and acting upon it. I've been working as a performance and achievement coach, as I mentioned in the beginning, for over 15 years, so it is a field that I'm very passionate about. And with being a keynote speaker and running a company, I don't have as much time today as I used to working with people individually, but it's something I'm so passionate about, and it's so amazing sitting with an individual one-on-one. So I try to make as much time as I can as possible for it, and that's why this is available for you. My style is fairly hands-on, so it's a combination of using whatever tool that is important at that specific moment. I believe in that if you work with someone, if you open yourself up to someone that with your deepest dreams and fears, that it needs to be a non-judgmental environment, that you will feel safe, that you will be able to be vulnerable and share your most outrageous dreams. All of that is really important. So my style is very action-oriented, if you will. I believe in looking directly at the core of whatever is standing in your way, or the problem, or the dream, and then work from there. So looking at the heart of the problem, or the core of the solution, and then help you excel from there. So basically help you take your performance to the next level, or your achievement, or whatever it is. I mostly work with professional coaching, but I do have a little bit of a background in personal as well, but mostly professional advising and achievement coaching. So in regards to pace, this comes down to your goal and why you're seeking this out. And I have worked with clients that wants to meet every week. Especially if you're in an intense period and you're trying to achieve something and really want to have that accountability partner and that person that cheers you on, you might want to have a more intense pace, so maybe weekly. A good pace is every second week or so, because then you have a lot of time in between meetings to achieve certain things. But of course, I also have clients that I meet once a month and sometimes even once a quarter, depending on the style and what they are looking for in the conversations. Because as we talked about, the role that we have is about being the cheerleader, the mentor, the supporter, the sounding board, and sometimes giving people some guidance and words of wisdom, and of course sharing our experience and being there for them. So depending on what you're looking to achieve, it's everything from once a week up to maybe once a month or even quarter, depending on what you're looking to do right now. So that's a good question. So the answer is as quick as possible. Let's get started. So the typical setup is to meet online. So this of course opens up the entire world, and it's really easy for us to make an appointment and to make the time and the space to do it. And I work with video calls, so it's a pair in or FaceTime. We can also use Skype, but the standard setup is a pair in. So depending on what you want to achieve, having multiple sessions can really take whatever you want to do to the next level. I personally work with multiple sessions with my own advisors a lot, the people that supports me and cheers me on. And a lot of my clients, I have multiple sessions, and it's more rare today to just have one. One is usually if you have one specific problem you want to solve now and you want to have a second opinion from someone. And in that situation, it can be great to have one session, just to get that second opinion, to clear your mind, to basically know where you stand so you can see the roads ahead of you. But the better way of doing it is that you have an ambitious goal, you have a plan to achieve it, and you want some guidance along the way. There might be other things you want to cover that is deeper, like how you design your life, how you work with goals in general, how you work with your mind to achieve more, or to be happier even, or to change certain habits. Things like that lend itself really well for multiple sessions and to have that momentum, build momentum. Absolutely. So there's no limit to the amount, but 9 is a good starting point. You will be able to speak with me personally. So as I mentioned before, I am making myself available for some of these clients. I am traveling a lot as a keynote speaker and I run 30-minute MBA, but yes, you will be meeting with me personally. So there's a couple of things that is important just to know. So we really focus on achievement and performance and positive psychology, basically. So we don't work with mental illness, with abuse and suicide. If that's something you need, you should definitely seek out help immediately and work with professionals that are really trained and great in those fields. So we focus on achievement and performance and not those other things. So please make sure that you seek out professional guidance to help you feel better. Yes, of course. We, and me as well, really encourage you to share what you care about the most. The only way of achieving transformative change and really getting to the heart of the problem or the solution is to be able to have a platform to talk about what matters to you the most. But it's also important for you to be prepared to wanting to open up, to wanting to take your achievements and performance to the next level. Of course, it's up to you how you want to take the conversation, but yes, you can speak your mind. It's an unbiased environment and it's all about supporting you to achieve what you want. So we do have a little bit of a bonus. So for the period that you are signed up, you will be able to have email access to me personally as well. And this is a special offer during a time-limited period. So if you want to get that as well, make sure to sign up and we will make that happen for you. So I hope that answers most of your questions. If you have more, please feel free to email us. We will make sure that the email is visible below. And thank you so much for spending this time and to explore this. I'm really excited for you. And it's really important now that you take a moment and think about what you want to achieve. And do you think that I can help you with that? Because that's what we are all about. We are about empowering individuals to reach their full potential. And we're thrilled to work with anyone that is really sharing that mission to be the best version of themselves and achieve greatness.